Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, Ron's Keto Cafe, and I'm Ron. If you're new, welcome. If you're a returning member, welcome back. If you're a new member, could you please share, like, and smash my subscribe button and share my videos? It does help. And for all your older subscribers that have been following me along for the last 212 or 13 weeks, thank you so much. Well, today, I got some tips for you for starting keto over again and after screwing up and all that good, bad, and ugly stuff, I suppose, about keto and trying to lose weight and everything that's been going on with me. So today we're starting a new chapter in our life. We're going to start keto over again, and today is going to be week 1, even though technically I'm on week 212. So from this point on October 13th, it'll be week 1, Ron's Keto Cafe. And from time to time, I'll be posting up some older videos for that particular week, how I did and how I was successful to get my weight off. And I got some tips I want to go over with all you guys for this. But yeah, it's been really hard on daughter and I. Been struggling with the economy like everybody right now. The current occupancy in the big house over there and the one that want to be, the prices are just so damn crazy right now, and I'm doing what I can do right now to survive, guys. And unfortunately I had to go off plan and buy non-keto foods and the processed American foods, the budget foods that both of my wife can eat. But so this past month I've been slowly adding meat back into my freezer. I almost ran out of meat last month. Actually, it was out of one meal, to tell you the God's honest truth. And I got so worried about my bills and everything, and I just gave up. I said, I'm not giving up on my weight loss journey and my health, because I've been noticing my clothes fit very uncomfortable right now, and some of my health issues are starting to come back that I had before, and I don't want to go back to the old Ron. So I set aside the bills aside. I'm paying what I can pay on them every month, and I'm not going hungry anymore for a stinking medical bill or whatever. I'll pay what I can pay when I can pay and what I can pay it. But be that said, I got about maybe 30 meals in my freezer right now, and like today, for instance, I went to the Hannaford's and I went to Market Basket. I bought a lot of meat at Market Basket today. Had a lot of meat in my freezer already, and then I just keep adding to it every time I go into the grocery store now. Even if I have it already, I buy 1 or 2 pieces of meat, packages of meat, and just keep loading up my freezer that way. Now, when I went over to Hannaford's today, I liked how they bagged the frozen vegetables. So I bought a bag of cauliflower rice, I bought a bag of stir fry, and I bought a couple of other sorted bags of vegetables that I like, that are okay to have on keto. And so I'm going to be using those as side dishes, and we're going to film all the stuff as we go along, and because remember, this is a process. So I'm going to set this up as a premiere, and I'll be glad to answer any questions below. And again, I'm not a medical doctor. I cannot give any medical advices. I'm just doing what I could do to survive right now, and I'm sure many of you are falling into that category also. And also, yesterday, Donna and I went to a 200th celebration, one of our local parishes. Never been in that parish before, but I was just interested, and I wanted to see the celebration. They had apple crisp afterwards, but ice cream, I had one. It was fine, but that's the other thing, because I'm struggling with all that stuff too. And it was free after the concert, and then they had some, pastry and coffee and stuff like that. And I got to talk to a lot of people there that I hadn't seen in a while. But it was the first time I was been in that church in our city, a beautiful parish. And I'll probably throw a photograph up over the timeline of what the parish looked like on the outside, anyways. But yeah, he was telling me that every second Saturday of the month, which happens to be the 9th in November, they come down to the parish, because like most parishes in your area, if you fall within that category, they have a food giveaway free to the public. Our local Hannaford's, a Market Basket, whatever they pastry and the bread and some other stuff that they make, it's beyond what they can sell it for, but it's still good to eat. They donate it, and you can take as much as you want or as little as you want. You don't need to leave any money or anything like that. So he encourages me on doing that. So, you know, I'm going to do that because Donna and I like the Hannaford's muffins. Maybe that might be something I might like. But again, I'm trying to get back on keto. So if there's something that she likes, something that I can have that's non-keto, I'll get that. But I'm trying to be really, really careful. And it's been hard. I make no bones about it. And then the other thing is I fall within the same trap of, you know, wanting to eat the same old junk again. You know, I see something I haven't had in a while, then I get into, you know, the trigger foods. Or it's triggering this food. I'm a breadaholic. I mean, I love bread. What can I tell you? You know, there's nothing. If I go into a store and I see a loaf of Italian bread and I got it in my hands, I'm buying that, and I'm usually walking out with that, and I eat half a loaf of bread before I make it into a meal. You know, with butter on it. You know, and that's no good, or chips or anything like that. And that's why I've had a weight gain over the last you know, several months, and I've been fighting them, my dark demons inside of me to help to figure out what's going on with me. And it's because I've been so damn stinking depressed. It's the economy, you know. I can't get a fair shake with a job or anything like that to help out. And yeah, that other company there, when I went for to become a monitor there, they did finally pay me, by the way, and that was good. That was a little bit of money, but it was only about $40 or $50 they gave me, but still, it was better than nothing, right? And you know, but I'm doing whatever I can do to survive. And if I find you know, a specific meat on sale, I'll usually pick it up. If I can find a better deal at Walmart's, I'll pick it up. I don't care for Walmart's meat. I just don't like their meat, but you know, because I've heard too much stuff about it. But I do buy the Hannaford stuff, and I buy the Market Basket, and I go to some of these local butchers, and I'll get a meat order every now and then. And I'm sure you might have a local butcher or that, but if you fall within our category, I can't afford to get organic. Organic to me, it's always meant high prices, and it is. It's higher price than what your normal meat is, and your meat right now is crazy. I love diet soda, and I used to get a 24-pack of soda. I went to Hannaford's this morning, priced up soda for giggles, $14.77 for a 24-pack. 2 months ago, that was $12 for that same 12-pack. 4 years ago, we were paying under $5. So, you know, again, if you think you're better off, then do what you have. Just tell you to put it another way. Do what your heart tells you for next month. And, you know, if you think we're better off now than we were then, you know, and if you think you're going to be even more better off the 4 more years from now, think again. That's all I'm saying, you know, and you know, but anyways, be that as said, we'll leave all that, put all that aside. So today's topic is tips for starting over on keto after screwing up, by ronsketocafe, week 1, 2024, October 13th. The number one suggestion is always do your research and get okay from your doctor. I can't stress that enough. And it's very hard today to find a doctor that's okay with keto, and but my doctor was at the time. I didn't even tell the new doctor that I'm on keto. If she notices a weight reduction on me, then I'll just tell her, yeah, I'm just being careful what I eat. And my second tip would be don't tell anybody. Boy, that was a big tickler with me. I was so happy at the beginning. I was doing keto, and now this is in 2020 after the big shutdown, you know, mid through the year, and I started it in August, and was talking to people on the street. Yeah, you're doing keto, you know, they're getting all these funny and dirty looks. Don't tell anybody you're doing keto, because you know they don't get it, you know. You know, we have carnivore available to us, and we have keto and Weight Watchers, and you know, the Mediterranean weight plan, and yeah, they're all great plans. Pick something that's going to work for you. But keto is no magic bullet. It's just another form of saying how if you eat low enough on your carbs, keep them under what your macros call for. Me, in the past, it was always 20 net carbs a day. I'm going to give you an example. Like this morning, I had 6 sausages. I had the Banquet pre-cooked sausages. They're very clean. I had 3 eggs. I didn't have any heavy cream in the eggs this time. I just kind of whisked the eggs together, put a tablespoon of butter in the frying pan, I turned it up high. When the butter started melting, I turned it down low. I cooked 3 eggs and the 6 sausages and my 3 cups of coffee I had this morning. And when I figured out, and with the butter, so when I figured out my macros today in Carb Manager, it came up to 10 net carbs just for the coffee and the eggs and that, and the butter. But really, you guys, you got. We're going to talk about that in coming up there. But you know, you gotta know what you're eating for calories and carbs. That's why I had a weight gain over the last several months. But anyways, yeah. So don't tell anybody. And the third tip is just take lots of photographs. Boy, I wish I would have done a lot of that at the very beginning. You know, I'm by myself. My wife doesn't help me at all with that. She doesn't know how to really take a good photograph. So when I can find a friend to come over and take a photograph of me, try taking a full frame photograph straight up and one on the sideway, and take a profile photograph. I'll have some of these up in the timeline, but and store them on a hard drive. Get a little or make a little file folder on your computer, and highlight it with the date and the like for instance, I'll put like today's date and then week 1, and then anything that I want to add to that folder will be in week 1, then week 2, week 3, and that sort of thing. And then you'll have a reference to go by. Because you might want to write a book someday. Well, Paula on Low-Carb Revelations, she's a marvelous YouTuber. I got a link in the show more. She just recently did a photo shoot with Women's Magazine, and she had lost a lot of weight with her and her husband Ed. They live out in the country somewhere where they got a nice lake behind the house, and the Women's Magazine, the Women's Day, got a hold of her. They did a nice photo shoot with her, paid her handsomely for that. So that might, if you're a woman, that might fall in your category too. You never know. All right, and the other thing is on tip number 4, scale can be your friend or your worst enemy. Okay, but and weigh yourself daily and do whatever it takes. So what I just did at the very beginning, I was weighing myself every day to know where I was. I need to go back to that again to take a better grasp of how I'm doing and where I'm going to go from here. Now you can either do it 2 ways. You could take weekly, monthly, daily. Do what works right for you. Sometimes scale could be deceiving. Sometimes you might have what's called the non-scale victory. I've had times where the scale didn't move for a month and the clothes fit me really loose. And then all of a sudden, next time I'll weigh myself and I'm down 10 pounds. But it's pretty much that simple, guys. But the point of it is not to give up. And, okay, we just talked about non-scale victories. Now on your clothes, Steve from Serious Keto was saying on one of his videos, save your biggest clothes that you ever had, like maybe a pair of pants or 2 and a couple of shirts. And when you get down to the size that you want to lose your weight, then you can compare them. Do some these photographs of holding out your shirt and like that. Like I may have one of these 2 of those photographs available for you guys. It's fun looking back, and you don't even have to share your photos with social media or anybody. But it's just for your own personal satisfaction and knowing that, what you have been able to accomplish. Now, today I'm starting out at right around 260 pounds today, and I had my weight down as low as 200. 60 pounds might sound like much, or might sound like not that much, but, when I was down to a size medium shirt, now I'm back up to 2X shirt. A 2X shirt from a 6X shirt where I was before, still think it's fantastic. So, just kind of like, don't totally tear out your wardrobe right away. But at the same time, be prepared for a wardrobe change, because when you lose your weight, you periodically from month to month or 2 months to 2 months, you're going to be going into smaller sizes. And, if it doesn't fall within your budget, I would go to the Catholic charities and those type of places. And especially if you're female, they got a lot of nice clothes that you can buy at a lower price, in some of your thrift shops you might have in your area. And so we talked about the non-scale victory. Store your photographs for number 6. We talked about that. Be prepared for a wardrobe change. We talked about that. Save a couple of your older clothes. We talked about that. Okay, number 9 tip I wanted to talk about would clean out your pantry of your non-keto foods, especially if you're living by yourself, because you got to figure out what's going to cause your trigger food. And I just mentioned earlier that what's causing my trigger foods are bread. And the carby stuff. I don't know what it is. I seem to have a problem where I crave carbs late at nighttime. like 6, 7, 8, 9 o'clock at nighttime, and I'm eating late at nighttime, and on a full stomach, and then I fall back to sleep again. You know, and then I take naps throughout the day. But then you have to know what's causing your trigger foods and try to lay off of those trigger foods. I can't stress that enough. And we'll keep talking about that week to week, how I did and what I did to stop when I did the weight gain. And okay, and then avoid keto junk foods. That's another big tickler. Every time I go to the grocery store, something is marked keto friendly, keto friendly, keto friendly. Well, that's not all necessarily true, because if you look at the back of the ingredients, it might have about 30 or 40 different ingredients, and there's nothing keto about it. You know, I'm not saying that I'm not trashing those products, but you know, if there's a gain, that might be the reason why you're gaining it. You know, and you know, I'm just as guilty as everybody is. So try to avoid those type of foods. It's very easy to make those, by the way. And I got a lot of recipes below over the last 4 years that I've done, and I'm going to be going back to those recipes. Okay, keep the carbs low, super low. It's very important to know how many carbs that you should be allowed to eat on the ketogenic diet or weight or journey, or lifestyle even. I never ever liked the term diet, by the way, because diet always reminded me of being restrictive on what you can eat. It's why to me it's a lifestyle. You know, it's a lifestyle change. It's a change to get healthy. The goal is to get healthy. The goal is to live longer, and so know what your goals are. Know what your carbs are, and try to get there's programs like MyFitnessPal, Carb Manager, and all kinds of other free macro calculators. You can just Google it. It comes right up. You punch in all the information, and it tells you what you should be eating. Now, if you're doing true keto, it's usually like about 20 net carbs or less a day, and we're going to be going back to that. And yeah, count your low carbs. That was tip number 12. We're already on tip 12. And I have some more I want to go to. Protein comes first over fat, so just remember that. Try to get the protein in before the fat. And I hadn't been doing a lot of that over the last couple of years, and that's why I had a problem weighing in it pretty short. That's why I was craving on keto foods. And buy only foods that you like, by the way. That's the other one I wanted to talk about. Again, we can't afford organic, but I like to get the organic meats. Heck yeah, you know. We have some local farmers where you can go down and, you know, buy some meat through them, like Joe and Rachel from Krazy Ketos. They have a local butcher in the area where they go down to the farm, and they'll buy a whole cow, and they have them package it all up, and I think it costs them like about $2,000 or $3,000 for a whole cow, and they'll freeze it in the freezer. But you know, if you're in that situation, go to it. You know, and they raise. I'm sure a lot of people I know raise chickens, and they get their eggs and their fresh chickens when they want to, have a meal. But yeah, just get what you can afford. You know, that's what I'm doing right now. You know, this is why I'm stocking up on everything. And the other thing is, you drink lots of water. I can't stress that enough. And make sure you got electrolytes in your water. This Elements has a great elements and different flavors in these little packages that you go buy out. So a lot of these YouTubers have links on that on their YouTube channels and that, where you could get discounts on that stuff. So you take a little scoop and you put it right in, you mix it up with your drink, and you can even buy a lot of drinks now that already have the electrolytes already mixed in. Propel is a great one. I buy that all the time. I have that for water when I want water. But my thing is, I need to drink more water, and so again, we're making the transition over to keto, and I'm gonna just be real careful this time. And now number 16 tip is focusing on your goal and being on ketosis, and be patient with the weight loss. And again, it's a lifetime journey. Oh boy, I can't stress that enough, guys. I've been big all my life, and many of my earlier videos I kept saying I don't want to be big anymore, I don't want to be big anymore. I'm just doing the best I can do right now with the economy, but at the same time, the economy is hurting me with my weight, and I'm going to try to be more vigilant. If I have to eat more meals with ground beef, I'll eat more meals with ground beef, and I'll get what I can afford for meat. But I'm happy now. I got at least almost over half of a freezer full of meat. So I should be good to go up into the holidays. And try doing fasting. I did all different types of fasting at the very beginning, and I'm going to go back to doing that. What used to work for me was 16-8 fasting. So in other words, you had 8 hours a window to eat, and then you're fasting for 16 hours for the rest of the time. So I would start eating my meal around 11 in the morning, and then eat throughout the day till around 6 at night, and then cut it off the rest of the way. And if you follow that procedure, you should be fine, guys. There's other forms of fasting like 23-1 fasting, alternate day fasting, and that sort of thing. But do what works right for you. And and the longer you can fast, the better chance of successfulness you'll have in your journey. And then keep it simple. Don't make it any harder than what it already is. I mean, it took me a long time to figure out in my life, especially at the very beginning. I was so happy at the very beginning because I was losing a lot of weight and everything, and I need to go back to that sort of thing. And I was doing a lot of walking for my exercise, and I started out with a couple of streets, and then I increased it to 3 streets and 4 streets, and now I'm up to a 3 to 5 mile walk every time I go out to walking. I love the fresh air. I go walking in the open field. I go walking at a lot of my favorite city places and street walking and taking photography and making contact and talking to people and that sort of thing. And I'm sure there must be some support groups for weight loss in your areas. You can check with your local hospital and see if they have any nutritionists, that sort of thing that you can get involved with, and anything you guys got to do to get healthy. But again, I'm just stressing this enough, guys. I really, really need your help and support. So please help me to lose weight and keep encouraging me. Yes. But everything has been fine other than that, and but don't get down on me if I have a bad week or something like that, because we're only human. My wife, again, she doesn't do weight loss, and I'm filming all this stuff all by myself. I'm editing all my own videos, and it's been really hard, but I'm not giving up. We get the holidays coming up with Thanksgiving and that sort of thing, and I do like to splurge a little bit that particular day, and I'm just, and we're going to go back to doing some egg fasting. And this week is before the end of the week, we're going to do what's called a beef and butter fast, because I love beef and butter. And to make sure I get the protein, I'll add some eggs into it. But that's all I wanted to say. So please be watching for week 2. But next time I do a video post as far as update how it's going. And I'll have a series of what I ate in a week thing. Maybe I'll clip them off of like 30 to 45 second meal things, and then I'll have the actual video that I film out the meal below the next update when I do the update. But from this point forward, when I post this video, this will be week 1, Ron's weight loss journey, or Ron's Keto Cafe. But and then I'll share some videos from the older videos that I done, so you can get a comparison. It's just pretty interesting. You can see the difference in my base to where I am now, to even when I had lost my initial 125 pounds, but I want to get back down that low again. I don't know if I want to get down to 200 again, but who knows? We'll see how it goes and how I feel. But and I have a lot of links below to show more and to inspire you guys. And again, I'm not a doctor. Don't make any medical claims. So please don't ask me for any medical advice. I'm just a guy that doesn't feel comfortable with my current weight, and I'm just trying to get back on track again with the weight. So please encourage me, and thank you for your time, and really much appreciated. But remember, I love you. God loves you. Have an amazing day. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my video. And again, I'll set this up as a premiere. So if there's any questions you need to ask me, don't forget to just give me a like and ask me whatever you want. But have an amazing day. Love you guys.